You're watching Polite Inquiries from Headingley.
Look at that. Grievous bodily harm.
Tom Grunshaw says, what's more numerous, ducks in India's innings or breaks in Jarrod's arm? I smashed them. I think they only got 3 ducks, didn't they? I'm up to, well, somewhere between 4 and 6. I still haven't actually asked the surgeon.
What do you want, sympathy? I didn't give them any sympathy. I'm not going to give you any sympathy.
Daniel Norcross says, what the heck just happened? George?
The last day here of Test cricket was Ben Stokes' innings against Australia, wasn't it? This was nothing.
The first session and the last session, normal. That middle session was about as weird cricket as you can get.
It wasn't that normal in that England put on 100. And that's the highest opening stand for more than 5 years.
Dig VJ says, did Joe Root let Virat win that toss?
James Anderson said he wanted to bat first. He thought it was a bat first wicket. So I don't know that it was that big a toss. I think I'd have batted.
Yeah, but, I thought... look, the ball did a little bit consistently. It was a helpful surface. It was certainly not get bowled out for under 100, sir. Sanjay Patel says, can we get excited about Hameed yet?
Yeah, sure, why not?
How excited are you?
Well, really, I thought it was a lovely innings. I think it's a really nice story. There was a lot I liked about it. On a really basic level, you know what I liked? I liked to see a Leeds crowd supporting a young British Asian in a very positive, obvious way. I thought that was reassuring after the couple of weeks we've had. I'd expect no different, I have to say, but it was good to see. I thought that he looked patient, well organised. I thought that it looked like he'd never been away from Test cricket. You know, it's only a couple of tests since he got those 50s. You know, he's only had one bad test, hasn't he? So there seems to be something about his temperament that is very well suited to Test cricket. He looked calm. He looked compact. There was nothing lucky about it, really. Although he did bring up his 50 with an edge, which Rowett really should have caught.
Armchair Critic says, why are people criticising India so much? This isn't even their worst batting performance in the last 10 months or the worst first inning score on the ground in the last 2 years. 36 all out. Hashtag 67 all out.
I'm not sure what the point of that is, because just because someone is rubbish one day doesn't mean that you don't say they're rubbish the next day, surely. They've been very, very poor today. There's no way around it. India have been the first to admit it. They've had a really, really poor day. You know, for England to do what they've done today, for the support bowlers to weigh in, for the opening pair to get really good runs, you know, that's a lot of things that have gone right for England there. So hugely reassuring and encouraging. You know, I actually think it sets up the rest of the series really, really well.
Matthew Wright says, was Burns' poor form a direct consequence of Sibley being shotless at the other end? No. Not at all.
Well, it's definitely not a direct consequence, is it? Whether it was indirect, you could make a case. But I think that, you know, Burns has been a bit hit or miss, hasn't he? But he's been England's best opener for, 3 years now. So, yeah, he's just got quite a lot of ducks along the way. But batting top order in England is extremely hard, as Virat will tell you.
Yeah, honestly, I think Burns he would do the same job regardless who was at the other end. I think the biggest difference here is that he found it easier to rotate the strike, but that was partly because the Indian bowlers couldn't keep any pressure on him as well. I think Sibley would have quite enjoyed the bat at times today as well. Ashok Avasan says, will being left out of this side make Ashwin a better YouTuber? Well, Ashwin's a fantastic YouTuber to begin with. Be very interesting to see what Ashwin, who's a very smart thinker on cricket, actually discusses when it comes to this pitch. Because I know a lot of Indians are very upset that when the England fell apart in Chennai, the whole commentary was about how bad the pitch was. And now India have done the same thing at Headingley. And there's a lot of people talking about that. I'm actually quite interested to see what Ashwin's view on that is. Ankit Darga says, considering Kohli's fitness regime, do you think he will feel guilty at all about eating humble pie? How many carbs are there in humble pie? I don't think there's a lot of carbs in it, actually.
I'm not sure that's what he'll be eating. I mean, I do think it's fair to say that there are days when Virat's overtly emotional style of captaincy is not massively healthy. I don't know that they need the emotional stuff. I think they need to be... They're very, very good. They could be a bit more sort of cold and calm and calculated, because in those situations they will win most games. I don't think they need the histrionics and the revving up. Remind me who was leading when they won in Australia.
Rahane.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's all.
To be fair to Virat Kohli, on today, I can't remember Rahane having someone start the innings the way that Ishant Sharma did. Craig Nicholson says, how did England mess this one up? Well, the ball moves a little bit in the morning. They get bowled out for about 160. Rahane makes 180 in partnership with Rishabh Pant, and they get rolled.